All right, Sort of Sports Podcast, episode 175. We got Austin Fisher back again here for NFL Week 6 EV passes and primetime picks. Fisher, you were just telling me had a rough week last week.
Rough in the sense that we were, a couple inches short of greatness, but terrific in the sense that we went 5-1
Yeah, that was
and
good.
we absolutely killed it last week, which is great, bouncing back from a 2-4 week. But if you follow closely, really hope you didn't place a six-leg parlay because we missed by half a point on the Giants Saints over 40 and a half. That game finished at 40 on the dot, which is crazy because I was
Brutal.
following that game in the fourth quarter. Um, they kind of went back and forth with deep possessions. Blake Groupie missed like a 45-yarder, and then Jackson Dart led the offense down the field, turned it over on downs at like the 10. We would
Yeah,
have swept the day. So that's just the way they get you every week. But hey, 5-1, not bad at all. Um, Hopefully we can carry that momentum into week 6.
I agree. I mean, it was an interesting week 5 because I did take the Jaguars
Mm-hmm.
and I was right. And the thing is, I don't know if I feel like the Jaguars are good, but they're 4-1. And
Yeah,
like I don't know. It just feels like a team that even if they win their division, I don't think they're that good. Like I actually feel better about the Colts when I do the Jaguars. Is that crazy?
I don't think it's crazy. I'll be honest with you. I don't know how to feel about any team in the AFC South right now. Aside from maybe Tennessee, I don't think, we'll talk about this later too, because the Cardinals were my Survivor League pick last week. If there's ever a game in the history of the NFL that could get investigated for fixing, it has to be the Arizona Cardinals in their game this past week. But
Yeah.
Tennessee, I feel like, just got away with the luckiest win of the season. I don't understand the Houston Texans, the Jacksonville Jaguars, or the Indianapolis Colts. So whoever comes out of that division, they could easily, lose in the wild card. Hell, at this point, they can go to the Super Bowl. Like I just don't know.
That meme's been going around where it's the old screenshot from the Super Bowl 52 AFC and NFC championships where the
Yep.
quarterbacks left were Bortles, Foles, Brady, and Keenum. And somebody's like, we're gonna have one of
Yep.
these years, aren't we? And honestly, I love it when we have weird years. I prefer weird years.
Yeah. That's
What's our
completely
last
valid.
weird year? 2021, probably. Bengals, Rams.
Um, yeah, everything else since then has been either Kansas City, Philadelphia, or San Francisco. So,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I guess there was, and then the year before that it was Chiefs, Bucks,
mm,
and then Chiefs, Niners year before that. So yeah, it's been a moment since we've had a weird one. I'd say 2021 and then 2017. So I think we're due. We're due for a
no,
weird
for
year.
sure.
I mean, it's
Every
been
four
5 years,
years. Yeah.
and then before that it was what, 4 years. So yeah, we're due. It would be really funny if our like final four quarterbacks were like Daniel Jones, Bo Nix, um, I'm trying to think, Hurts, and Baker. Like that would be an incredible four.
I like that. I
I tried
still
to
feel
just
like
keep it
that's
like
a more
relatively
relevant four.
realistic.
Yeah, no, I like that. It's still a more relevant four than Blake Bortles and Case Keenum, in all fairness. But
No, yeah, I mean to get it real deep would be like Jalen Hurts would have to like get injured before the playoffs, and it's like is Kenny Pickett? No, it's not Kenny. It's oh my gosh, it's oh my who is their backup? I know it. I just thought about this the other day because I was like, oh, that's weird. He's their backup. Do you know?
oh my god, yeah, I know exactly who it is
Yeah,
too.
yeah. It's like I know who it's gonna be as soon as
He
I
was
look it
he
up.
was the third string last year. Now he's the backup.
Kyle McCord.
Um,
It's Kyle McCord
is
and
I didn't
Sam
know if he
Howell.
was the actual backup because who's the other guy they have
I think they have Sam Howell
rostered?
too.
Nah, who's the guy that played last year though? He had a couple
Kenny Pickett.
possessions. No, hang on. Let me look this up real quick. Eagles depth chart, because I have to know. It's oh my gosh. I can't believe I can't remember his name.
Tanner McKee.
It is Tanner McKee. Yeah, he's actually the listed backup on the roster.
Oh
So
wait, is Kyle McCord off the roster?
he is, yeah. Sam Howell's the third string. I don't see McCord on here at all. So
Honestly, if I'm the Columbus UFL team, just commit to
ooh,
being like an Ohio State alumni team.
I love that. Yeah,
Sell
just
out
go
the
get like the
stadium.
go get the Benjamin Victors, the guy that don't get the
Yes.
representation of the NFL. I like that. I like
Yes.
that.
Like
Yeah.
go get Kyle McCord to be QB. Like Kyle
Oh yeah.
McCord, name your price, right?
There you
Like
go.
just get all the burnouts. Maybe Marvin Harrison Jr. will be on the team eventually.
With Kyler Murray throwing him the football, probably soon.
If you okay, here's a fun one. If you had to bet on who's gonna be better in 5 years, would you take Carnell Tate or Marvin Harrison Jr.?
Ooh. It's,
I think it's
I
Carnell,
you do? Okay.
which is
I'm
crazy because
just
he's
gonna
wide receiver
go.
two right now.
I'm gonna go Marvin Harrison Jr. And it's not just because of what he's
Boo.
already done. I know it's a like bland take, but we can't also forget who his father is, and that also plays a big impact on that decision for me. But not to say Cardinal Tate's not going to be great. Ohio State has been wide receiver U ridiculous amounts in the 21st
LSU's
century.
better though.
See, I don't know, like quality versus quantity,
It's
hard to weigh
quality.
that
They
for
have
me.
the two best receivers in the NFL.
They
And Malik
do, but
Neighbors might
how
be fourth or
many
fifth.
Right. How many wide receiver ones did Ohio State produce? I feel like we've gone down the list of four. There's at least four or five that I can think of off the
So
top of my head.
Terry
You know what
McLaurin,
I mean? So,
Emeka Buka,
yep.
Marvin Harrison Jr., Chris Olave, Garrett Wilson. Five.
JSN.
Oh, JSN. He might be the best one
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's it right now. But I think all those guys are good too. I mean, all those guys are getting drafted within the first 7 rounds of fantasy, maybe six.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
Marvin Harrison Jr. is a reason it's not like five.
Yeah. No,
I
I
mean,
mean, I don't know. He got drafted pretty high in a lot of leagues this year. So
that's because we live in Ohio.
that's a good point.
I mean, I don't know. We'll see what goes on. I mean, Jeremiah Smith is so interesting to me because that guy's just built like a tank. And I feel like in the NFL, he's just going to be grossly good. But in the same sense, we all said that about Marvin Harrison Jr. So, like, I'm
Mhm.
kind of out on overhyping these wide receiver prospects now, just because now we've
Yeah.
been disappointed. Does that make sense?
It does. Actually, I was thinking about this now. You're talking about LSU. I forgot about Malik Neighbors. That actually also makes a pretty big
That's what I'm
difference.
saying.
So,
It's like they have the
yeah.
two best and Malik Neighbors, who's probably, I would say, fifth. I put CeeDee Lamb fourth.
Yeah, that's fair.
No, probably
Yeah.
CeeDee Lamb's third or fourth, Amon-Ra third or fourth, and
Mhm.
then that's like the top five pretty easily, right?
I like that. Yeah. That
Okay.
works.
All right. You want to get into you want to get into the EV passes?
Let's do it. This is a very weird week. There's not a lot that I like here, but bear with me. We're just gonna find the weirdness of this NFL season and just attack it full bloom. We're gonna start out with probably my only safe pick of the week. Taking the Pittsburgh Steelers -5.5 against the Browns this week. Ryan
Wow.
Glegger, here's a trivia question for you. When is the last time the Cleveland Browns won a regular season game in Pittsburgh?
Does it start with a 19?
Not quite.
Okay. 2002.
I believe it's the 2003 season, so you're just a
Wow. Hey, I
year
was
off there.
close.
It has been 22 years since the Cleveland
Wow.
Browns have won in
Wow.
Pittsburgh. Now, looking back at a lot of the most recent matchups, I'd say within the last 8 or so years, I think we've only been favored to win maybe once. That was 2019 when they were starting Duck Hodges, and even then we couldn't get the job done. Um, but listen, the Browns haven't scored more than 17 points in a football game since last November, which is a staggering statistic
That's
for one.
that's sad.
Um, Pittsburgh's defense, you know who they are. They force turnovers left, right, and center. And having Dylan Gabriel have a second NFL game, first true road game, by the way, in Pittsburgh, rough environment. Stefanski's going to get out coached again. I just don't see a way in which the Browns keep this within a score, let alone 5.5 points. So I'll take Pittsburgh here at -112, -5.5.
My concern with this, and also, we're just gonna ignore the Joe Flacco Bengals, all that. We're just gonna
We can acknowledge it. I don't think it's as big of a deal as people are going to make it out to be. Like, listen, the fact the Browns got a fifth rounder of a 40-year-old quarterback, that's such a win in my book, you know?
yeah.
So I don't
I
know.
just hope Shador starts starting because the team's gonna if you're gonna start a bad quarterback, like let's say Dylan Gabriel's like just kind of what we saw last week, where it's like
Mhm.
I don't know if it's really gonna ever be anything. If we're gonna do that, might as well make it Shador so it's interesting.
Yeah, I would agree. I mean, I I held back from buying a Shooter jersey because I just didn't know it was going to happen. But I know people that have made that investment. I think it might be a matter of time at this point. And looking at our schedule, the next
Perfect
couple of
timing,
weeks,
you think?
some might say, it's gonna be interesting because after this game against Pittsburgh, it does get a little bit easier. We play the Dolphins, the Jets. We have a bye week, and I think though, if we fail to win a game between now and the bye week, would not be surprised if Sanders takes over QB1. But I do think Gabriel wins at least against Miami, if not the Jets too. We'll see.
If he doesn't, then it's like okay,
Yeah, no, I think that's probably an 80 to 85% chance Shooter will start against New England. I want to say it is off the bye.
okay. All right. Well, I guess my concern with the Pittsburgh 5.5 is like, let's say the Browns come out and are up 7-0, they can kind of
Mhm.
just ground and pound. Like Judkins has been really good.
Yeah, he has been.
Um, and the defense can hold Pittsburgh's offense. I don't think this is a very good Pittsburgh team at all. And I think they're getting
No.
completely bailed out by the fact that they might just be the healthiest team in the AFC North.
Yeah.
How long is Lamar going to be out?
I heard 2 to 3 weeks. They have a bye week coming up. Um, it might be this week actually. I don't know that I saw them on the schedule. So if it isn't this week, then it'll be the week after, whatever it may be. He's coming back after the bye, supposedly. But they actually, fun fact for you here, looking at the betting odds, they're still favored to win the AFC North. How crazy
I
is
would
that?
bet them. That's what I was just going to say.
Really?
It's like,
Okay.
yeah, I think there's a world where 10 and 7 wins this division.
Oh, 100%. I would say 9-8. If it's the Steelers, it's going to be 9-8. I would have
Yeah,
to
I
say.
don't think the Steelers team's very good. And so
No.
it's like, can the Ravens win both head-to-head matchups with Pittsburgh?
Right.
Probably.
Yeah.
I think so, as long as it's not Cooper Rush. I'm
Well,
honestly a little surprised the Ravens didn't go after Joe Flacco.
yeah. I mean, a little bit, but again, I just think John Harbaugh has lost the plot in Baltimore. And here's the first thing: the good news for him is his defense has been so bad. All the pressure is going to fall on Zach Orr, their defensive coordinator, first. Not sure how he still has a job. Fun fact here again for you: they have given up more points now than the 2000 Ravens did the entire season.
It's a indictment on this team and a compliment to the 2000
Yeah,
Ravens.
the
Yeah,
fact they gave up 11 points per game in 2000 is ridiculous. But
it's this
yeah,
is
it's been
crazy.
5 games and they've given up 100 and almost 70 points.
That's bonkers. I mean, I'm a big Mike McDonald fan. I think he's doing a good job
Mhm.
in Seattle. I do think they miss him a lot.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, he was the anchor of that defense, and you can't replace personnel, with like apples to apples. You're going to have some tweaks and differences, but that defense had way too much talent to be giving up 40 points a game. So,
No, no. I hopefully they figure things out because I do think that is pound for pound with the injury to Joe Burrow. Well, even without, I think that's pound for pound the best team in the AFC North, and it would be annoying if the Steelers edged it out and like a
mhm.
team that no one thinks is good. But anyways, what's your next pick?
Keep it on the topic of Baltimore. I'm taking the Rams minus 7.5, minus 108 in Baltimore this week. Again, it's a matter of the Ravens offense doing nothing because John Harbaugh gives Derrick Henry 6 carries a game. It's also a combination of Cooper Rush being unable to move the ball downfield. And the Rams offense, they might have the best aerial attack in the NFC. It's them and Tampa Bay for me that kind of would rival each other. Puka Nacua is on pace for 1,999 yards. Devontae Adams is still an incredible wide receiver. Tutu Atwell's been doing great things too. Matthew Stafford's just ready to throw for 400 yards. And if there's a team on your schedule right now, you might not have thought so preseason, but now you're like, okay, it's the Baltimore Ravens. So I think Rams are going to win this one, probably dropping another 35 to 40 points. It wouldn't shock me.
Yeah, I like this one. I honestly, if I didn't lose money last week, I would bet an alternate line on this team. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I think this line should be even more. And if I didn't lose $5 betting on Lions and Bills both to win, which, I love my boy Drake May, so I can't be too upset about
No,
it.
no, no, of course.
Um, can we do like a quick minute on that game real quick? Just a
Absolutely.
quick piece. So I love Drake May, big fan. Um, I've watched every Patriots game this season because Drake May is my new guy, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I just got to say, the first week where they looked awesome was week 4 against the Panthers. And I
Yeah.
just thought it was a little weird how like half the Sunday Night Football crew picked the Patriots. And I hate to do this, but I'm going to do it. Your conspiracy, right? Sometimes the NFL is just a little too cute. And I just think it's a little weird how this Patriots team, which I've watched every week, just blasted the shit out of the Panthers. Had easily
Mm-hmm.
their best game a week before Sunday Night Football, and then all of a sudden everybody's like, "Man, Drake May." And you start seeing all these posts about how good Drake May's been this year, and he's coming into his own, blah blah blah. And then the announcers, as soon as any time he made a big play, were like, "Oh man, Patriots might have done it again." And I'm like, I agree, but it's just a little too cute that like
Mm-hmm.
Sunday Night Football, the Patriots announced themselves in Buffalo, the last ever potentially Sunday Night Football game in Orchard Park. Bills with the new uniform. That's all I'm saying. Sometimes it's
Mm-hmm.
just a little too cute where I'm like, it's really weird because it felt like the narrative was a little too strong on the Patriots. And I'm
Yeah.
like, guys, I've watched this every game this team's played. this could be like they lose by like 21. Like they could lose by 3 scores.
Hmm.
It could be a close game and they win, but everything went wrong for the Bills. Like every possible, that's probably the worst game we'll see the Bills play all year.
Oh yeah.
And I think that's kind of glossed over for this narrative of like, look at Drake made the pay. I'm just saying, sometimes a little too cute. Would you agree?
I would. And again, I'm not going to leave it just to that game. I'm not a guy to be like throwing out these
The NFL is not
conspiracies and
rigged because
stuff.
of a Week 5 Sunday Night Football game. I agree, but this is
Well,
what I
no.
talk about when I say sometimes the NFL gets a little too cute. Where I'm like,
Right. And it's not necessarily just about the betting portion of things, too. It's
no,
about the
no, it's just the
narratives.
narratives, and
Yeah,
it's like
exactly.
getting people
Yeah.
interested in watching, and it's like
Right.
just about the time it looked like the Bills were about to dominate the AFC
Yep.
East and the
Yeah.
Patriots
Here
did.
come the Patriots again, right?
Bring
Yeah.
reel
Like
them
they
back
got
in,
them.
and it's
Yep.
like if I
Yep.
mean if it is slightly scripted, I mean, what the hell did the Jets do?
Yeah. I mean,
Who killed who killed somebody's dreams? Who slept with whose wife to make it so
Joe
the Jets
Namath
have to
sold his
sign?
soul for Super Bowl three. I
That's what
mean,
people say, man. Joe
yeah.
Namath cursed the franchise for the one Super Bowl.
Yeah. My question is, what do the Browns do? Like, damn. I mean, I don't know. I don't know.
What did the Browns do? I actually think all time, right? If you had to choose, like somebody's like, hey, you know, I'm gonna be a fan. Browns or Jets? What are you taking?
The gun.
Don't
Please, like, save yourself. Find a different hobby. Now, I'll be honest with
you go
you.
watch hockey? Go
Yeah.
watch something.
Listen, I think if this conspiracy is going to roll on even more, the reason that they don't cater as much to the Browns would be because our fan base is so desperate for football that we showed when they left Cleveland. We don't care how bad the football team is. We will take in that product. We'll
They
sell out
don't
the
need to put out a
stadium.
good product. Yeah.
No, they don't need a good product. They just need a product. So, like, okay, well, let's just cater. The Colts need a good football team again. Their product's been dying down there in Indy. So, here, Daniel Jones, you're going to be an MVP front runner. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I just don't know. But again, yeah, Browns or Jets? I'd say, and since the turn of the century, the Browns have definitely been worse. Jets did have that early or late 2000s, early 2010 spell with Mark Sanchez, Rex Ryan, where
Mark
they were okay.
Sanchez. You want to
Yeah,
talk about Mark Sanchez? No. Just keep going. I'm
we're
kidding.
gonna get on a tirade of stuff here, but again, I don't know. I would not want to be a Jets fan right now. I think the Browns have a brighter future, so maybe the Browns are a better pick here.
All right. I actually agree with you for what it's worth.
Mhm.
All right. What's your next pick?
All right, we are taking the Colts -6.5
Yes.
over the Arizona
Yes.
Cardinals.
I
You know
bet the
what?
Colts spread last week and I loved it.
Yeah, yeah. You know what? I'm gonna fall in love with them too. I don't understand this team, but you know what? You're not supposed to understand love. Love is a very metaphorical concept. It's a feeling. It's not a definitional term. And I think I'm in love with the Indianapolis Colts. I don't understand them. I don't get them. Nobody on that team makes any sense, but I'm taking them. And I'm taking their spread at home against the Cardinals team off their third loss in a row. They're a mystery team as well, but I feel
But
more
it's a
more
mystery in a bad
connection.
way. There's nothing to like.
Correct. No, absolutely not. No. I feel a deep connection to Indiana Jones. And you know what? He's going to have my money this week.
This is such a fun team to bet on. Like I was sitting there last week and I'm like, they were favored by like 2.5. And I was on FanDuel and I was like, this Raiders team, I think looks worse every week.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's mostly Geno's fault. And I'm like, $1. And then, I mean, I mean, the spread, I was like, after the first quarter, I'm like, well, that's going to hit. And so, like, I made money off them. And I was like, okay, I looked at their line for this week, and I'm like, they should be favored by a touchdown. And it's just the fact that people are afraid to bet it because they're worried this team is fake. And
Mm.
honestly, I'm at the point where if they win this week, I trust this team maybe more than like any team.
Yeah,
I
I
was
don't
like,
blame you there.
I don't understand why, because I'm like, I trust the Bills, don't get me wrong, but everybody's gunning for the Bills. Everybody's gonna play their
Right.
best game against the Bills. This Colts team, I think teams are like, yeah, we're gonna be the people, we're the ones to shut them up. And then it's like, no, you're not.
No,
No, you're
not at all.
not. I mean, what if
Yeah,
this team wins like 13 games? This is
they
what I want to
could.
tell you. Okay, so a few days ago, Baker Mayfield was 13-1 for MVP, which
Yep.
he probably should be the lowest odds, right?
Hmm.
I was gonna toss out. You could do Baker for MVP, Puka for Offensive Player of the Year, and $1 would win you 30. That's now with the new odds of Baker at 950.
Wow.
I think there's actual value there because I think Puka, barring an injury, will be Offensive Player of the Year.
Yeah, I don't think, I mean, he would have to have a major setback and someone would have to climb. Like Jonathan Taylor would probably have to have two or three 200-yard rushing
Yeah.
games.
I mean, it's
Um,
always dangerous to bet on the awards, but I did think, I mean, $1 to win 30, Baker, and it was even better odds the other day when it was 1,700, so like 17 to 1 for Baker, $1 won you 53.
yeah,
I mean, that was absurd. Now, here's the fun one. You ready for this? If we just bet Daniel Jones straight up, he is 27 to 1.
I am ready.
27 to 1. And then if you put that with Puka, that gives you 83 to 1 odds. I'm just
Wow.
saying there's actual value out here in the awards section. So yeah, just thought that was interesting.
Yeah, I I can see that.
And if you
I
wanted to
don't
throw a
like
Buka
awards
in there,
because
no, they're too
yeah.
dangerous because it's too narrative
Oh,
based.
100%.
But if you want to throw a Buka in there with the Puka thing, a Buka
Yeah,
is now minus odds.
I believe it. He showed me.
That's insane, honestly. All right. Just want to toss it out there. I think it's fun. I might throw $1 on the Baker Puka thing.
I like that. I think
If
it's
I
good
win
value.
this week and I have some money to throw around.
Sure, sure. Of course, of course.
All right. What's your next pick?
Taking Seattle and Jacksonville over 46.5 points this week. Two offenses that have been clicking with questionable quarterbacks coming into the season. I did not think Sam Darnold would actually thrive at all in Seattle. I thought a lot more than other people that Minnesota is a very, they're like the baby Eagles. It's a very systematic team where most quarterbacks can thrive in that system. And I thought, Sam Darnold was just another product of that facet. But he's actually looked really good in Seattle. 4 touchdowns last week against Tampa. Came up just short. They put up 35 points. And then Trevor Lawrence, again, Jacksonville, another team that, like, where did they come from? They easily could be 5-0 right now if they made one defensive stop against the Bengals. And go figure, I mention this every week. I'll keep doing it until they lose. They have the Browns draft pick. So it's, or vice versa. We have their draft pick, which is awful because, we're going to end up picking 20 something when we thought we'd pick maybe top 10.
And it's not
Um,
even like Travis Hunter's been that impressive.
no, he had a good game last week. I think he had his emergence on Monday Night Football, but
Still
again,
not
I
blown
don't.
away.
No, they haven't gotten the value out of the number 2 overall pick that other teams have seen from their rookies. Which I think he's a more developmental piece. I don't think he was ever like, "Hey, here you go. We're sticking you here. Go catch for 1,100 yards this season." Like that was never the idea with him. Um, but again, the Jaguars put up 31 points last week. Lawrence looked incredible. Um, I just think this game, barring maybe some huge jet lag from Seattle, I think the over is a pretty good look here.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I'm with you on this one. I don't have anything else other than yeah.
Fair enough. Let's jump straight to pick number 5. Taking the Bucks money line at minus 162 this week. I'm going to continue to just be in love with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They play host to the Niners at 425. That is the CBS game of the week. I really hope, Jim Nantz is not calling the Bengals Packers game because that is a 14-point spread, which is the largest of the season. That's stay away, by the way, just for the
Yeah, no,
record.
I agree.
But yeah, again, Baker Mayfield, just this guy has been ridiculous, man. I think, in my humble opinion, I think he is the MVP frontrunner.
Could
And
be.
this might be, a concept of voter fatigue with Josh Allen, who I think is the current favorite. To win back-to-back MVPs, you have to be better than you were last year. I don't think Allen is right now, especially against the Saints and the Patriots. He's had a couple like a couple bad passes where I'm like, it's not MVP caliber. Baker Mayfield, though, I mean, you could say that his weapons help him more than Josh Allen, but when you're the Buccaneers front office and you have that much faith in your quarterback to go out and get him extra pieces when he probably doesn't need it, I mean, how can you not just fall in love with the guy? Like, again, he just has that underdog mentality, always has. I saw that conflict he had in the tunnel with those Seahawk fans before the game. Like, he loves it. He lives for that. And he had 4 incompletions last week. I don't
Absurd.
see a reason why he's not going to ride the hot hand, especially in Tampa. I don't think the Niners are that great. I don't know. I think Purdy's coming back this week. I don't know for sure, but again, they might have some extra rest that might help them. I just don't think the Niners are a 4-1 football team like the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are a 4-1 football team.
I agree. Baker's like my favorite quarterback in the league. So, I mean, I was just talking about betting him for MVP. I think he has been on an absurd run. I think this team could win 11 games, which is I think what they did last year. Last year they were 11-6 or 10-7.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're on pace for that once again. I think this is the sneaky Super Bowl contender of the moment, and yeah, I really like this Bucks team. So yeah,
All right, we are going to round out the pick six with a minus 112 pick. So a six leg parlay will win you $419.52 off a $10 bet. We are going to close it out with Chiefs minus 2.5. I know you're not going to like this because you're a big Lions guy, but listen to me. If Kansas City had won last week, if they came to Jacksonville, they pulled one out late, I think mentally this team would be in a different place. But coming off of a huge win against Baltimore, getting back to 2-2, and then you go to Jacksonville and you drop a game that you feel like you should have won. I just think that's gonna, again, instinctively, they are only a game behind in the AFC West. The Broncos and Chargers right now, both 3-2. Raiders have been out of the race since week 3. I actually think Kansas City, Sunday Night Football in Arrowhead, I like them 2.5. I'll take them to win by probably. Let's see what I have here. A little preview. I got them to win by 5. So we'll see.
they have the same record as my Carolina Panthers. I just want to
It is
put that
true.
out there.
It is true.
Panthers, weird, just a, I don't know what's going on, man. Like, I don't know what,
Nobody does. No.
I don't know what to think. And I honestly kind of hate it because, like, I mean, I guess I'm glad we're not awful, awful, but at least we were awful, awful. I'm like, all right, let's reset. Let's get something good going. Now it's like, are we just, now I don't want to be in the tragic, like, Cardinal situation
Mm-hmm.
where you're not bad enough, but you're not good. Because people act like that with the Steelers. They're like, oh, well, the Steelers. I'm like, no, no, no. The Steelers are good. They win. The Cardinals are like 6-11, seven
Yeah.
and 10. Like,
Yeah.
that's the worst spot to be. The
Mm-hmm.
Raiders have been like that for a while, too. That's the worst. And I'm afraid
Yeah.
the Panthers might be becoming that. Gosh. Yeah, I mean, I just think the Lions are going to win this game, dude. I think
Fair.
The Lions are like the Bills, the NFC for me. I know people like associate the Eagles with that.
No.
And I think that I like the Lions the most in the NFC. I think that's the best team in the NFC. So, yeah. Oh,
It's a
by
good
the way,
take.
Broncos did win last week. We talked about it. I liked them.
Yeah. No, I mean, I took their spread. Was happy to see them come back and cover, but
Good game
I
from Nixie.
oh, for sure. I never thought though, Sean Payton, like the balls on that guy to go for 2 in
Oh my
Philly,
gosh.
like
I
wow.
jumped off the couch. I was like, there's no shot.
It was incredible. But again,
Great game.
that was a terrific game. But to walk in there after losing 2 games in a row off game losing field goals, and then walk in there holding your head high, taking down the defending champs on the road. It's great. Good work.
It was funny. I had that game. So I had like my computer out watching the Panthers, and then I had that game on the TV. And like for the first half, I'm like, yeah, I could change the channel. I'm like, but I like this Broncos team. I'll leave it. And then like I'm looking up third quarter, I'm like, damn, they're gonna lose. Thought they might win this. And then like fourth quarter comes around, I'm like, whoa, 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 whoa. And I kind of moved the computer because I was
Yep.
like, okay. And then my Panthers came back and won while I was watching that. And I was like, this is weird. So
Yeah.
crazy. All right, primetime picks for last week. Here's how we did. I took Rams over Niners, and so did you.
Yeah.
And we were both wrong. Uh, I took Bills over Patriots. So did you. We were both wrong. I took Jags over Chiefs. You took Chiefs over Jags. So I went 1 for 3. So I won the week. I think that ties us up at a 2-2.
Yeah.
From
No, I
last
think
record.
that's probably
I
right
need to
about where
make
we
a
were.
little Excel sheet that has everything
Yeah,
organized.
we'll get there. But I was 5-9 straight up last week. So the fact that the pick six went 5-1 is a miracle on its own.
Yeah, that's impressive.
I usually have one week like that every year where I'm like below 500. So hopefully it's out of the way and we can, pick it up going forward. We'll see.
All right. Here we go. Primetime picks week 6. First off, we got Eagles at Giants. Who do you got?
Let's not waste time. Eagles 31, Giants 10. I mean, I think Philly coming off a loss too is going to help them in this one, but oh boy, I don't like the look in your eyes.
I'm taking the Giants. I think they're pissed off after the loss at New Orleans. I like that it's in MetLife. This is a, if we're talking about the NFL being too cute,
Yep.
this is America's favorite shitter team. People love this fucking Giants team, man.
Yep.
And I'm telling you, tell me it's not 14-17 at the start of the fourth. Eagles are up. Offense is stalling out. Cam Scattaboo gets in for the end zone, does his little backflip shit he does.
Yep.
21-17. Eagles are marching down. Big play here from Sexy Dexty. Brian Burns hits the fucking Spider-Man pose, and you're like, shit, they're gonna win this game. And Jackson Dart's in the post game, and he's like, like that's what I smell. If you're talking about
You
the NFL
know,
being too cute, this would be adorable.
you're absolutely correct. I don't disagree. And it's another one of those cases where like either the Giants win by 3 or the Eagles win by 40. So we'll see.
Yeah, no, it's one of those.
Yeah.
All right. I knew you were gonna do Eagles.
I mean,
But
like, I can't not take. I just need some. Like, I need to see one go through the hoop. You know what I mean? Like
no,
after last week, I
understand.
just
They
need some.
lost to the damn Saints. Like, let's all
Yeah,
take a moment.
yeah, fair enough.
Sunday Night Football, Lions at Chiefs. You have Chiefs. I have Lions. I
Yeah,
don't know if we need to talk about it further than that. I think this Lions team's awesome. I don't know. I don't know. This is going to be an interesting week because we're tied up, and I think we're going to be different on most games. Well, I think we're probably the same on both Monday Night Football. So Monday Night Football, another doubleheader. We were talking about it before the pod. We're still doing doubleheaders. I don't think I'm pro. I think I'm kind of anti.
no, it's bad. Like I understand they've done it for a long time for like week 1 or week 2, which
Yeah.
is fine. But past that point, it's like, hey, like at what point does prime time no longer become prime time because there's 2 games going on at once? You know what I mean?
I
So
like, yeah, good
yeah.
point. It also give Chris Fowler a damn break. I mean,
Oh please,
he
yeah.
looks like he's dying in the booth by Monday Night Football.
He's probably aging double. I don't blame him. Like it is a lot of work.
No, it's true. It's hard for him to keep his energy up. He's more of a college guy too. I just feel bad for him.
Yeah, he needs Herbie and his clicker right next to him all the time.
Dude, I loved college game day last week when the girl missed. And Herb Street's like, oh, we gotta give her another chance, Pat. And you in Pat's face, like he did not want to do it. And then like he's like, all right, well, if Kirk can throw it through the uprights, he'll get $200,000, and he did it. If you haven't seen it, you should look it up. It
Yep.
was really cute. And it made me laugh because I'm like, he knew Herb Street could throw it through the uprights. Like
Yeah.
Kirk Herbstreit was a starting quarterback for Michigan. Like, let's all take a moment. Right? Was he starting quarterback for Michigan?
He was Ohio State.
Ohio State. Sorry, that's what I meant to say. Why did I say Michigan?
Hopefully nobody at home was like typing in the comments like you're at yeah, you know what I mean?
Good
Like
night. Yeah, it was brutal. I just flipped it. I think it's because his son goes to Michigan, right?
that's yeah, you would be
That's what
correct
messed
there.
me up. My
Yeah.
brain, I just flipped it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because that's why it was such a big deal. Okay, that's yeah, my bad. Was he good?
He was pretty good too. I don't know if he was like one of the better quarterbacks, but he's well known.
Yeah.
So
The funniest thing is like one time I was pissed off because Chris Collinsworth was annoying me, and I looked up his NFL stats, and he was actually like dirty as hell. Like his numbers are bonkers.
yeah, no, he played for what, the Bengals for the
Yeah, he was
majority
a
of his career?
dog, like
Yeah.
absolute dog. I look like if you want a fun romp on a football reference, look him up on Pro Football Reference. His numbers are insane. All right, Bills at Falcons.
I'm taking Buffalo 23-14 here. Again, Bills coming off a loss would probably help. And Atlanta, they're coming off of a bye week.
Yep,
So maybe the extra rest will help. We'll see
could
there.
be a
But
kitchen sink game.
it could be. I'm just not sold on Michael Penix Jr. I think it's going to be a big Bijan game still,
Yeah,
hopefully, for fantasy purposes. I could see him running for 110, 120 yards this game, but I still think the Bills offense is going to be too much. And Penix, I'm just not sold yet. We'll see going forward, but take the Bills.
there's a lot of people who like this Atlanta team, and I am not one of those people. I don't really get it. I don't see it, and I also watched my Panthers, who I don't think are very good, beat the tar out of them. So I don't really see
Mhm.
the hype around this team. So yeah, I think the Bills should win this easily. All right, Bears at Commies. I have the Commies by a billion. Like I think the Commies are the least talked about good team. Everybody just expected them to slump, and then Daniels got hurt. And so once the starting quarterback gets hurt, you just don't really talk about the team that much, unless they're awful, awful like the Bengals have been. So I just think this Commies team, maybe this is the game where people are like, oh shit, yeah, the Commies are still good and Jane Daniels still rocks.
Yeah, I mean, I've got Washington too. I got it 27-20. I think it'll be a little bit closer.
Okay.
Um, I don't dislike this Bears team, to be honest with you.
I think
I
they're
think
gross.
I do think that they have a lot of like hidden potential that I don't think they're going to unlock here. per se against the Commanders, but they're going to show glimpses of what they could be. Um, I'll be honest, I just haven't watched enough Washington football this year to be
Nobody
like,
has.
no, and it's not, it's not the audience's fault necessarily, but they've had guys out week after week, whether it's McLaurin or Daniels, like they have not been 100%. So how good are they really? And, last week coming back from 10 points down against the Chargers, that probably helps going forward. But the NFC East, especially with that Eagle loss last week, it's becoming a
Potentially this
lot
week.
more exactly more plausible for like another team to take it. And the NFC East rule, the same team has never won it 2 years in a row for the last probably 15, 20 years. So it might be another case of that. But I do like Washington.
I think it's what? I think it's since like 2015, right? Or is it longer than that for the division thing?
It might be longer, not sure.
That's interesting. I do remember that though. Yeah, I'm a little surprised the commies didn't get a primetime game like week 1 or 2. Like, why were they not one
Thursday
of the
night, week 2.
first? Yeah, you're right. And then they lost the Packers, and I think that's why everybody forgot about them.
Yeah.
If they win that game, because that was back when everybody was just, oh, the Packers.
Yeah.
Oh. And
Yep.
now it's like they've kind of chilled out on that. That was a bit absurd.
One more fun fact for you here. I think it's Jamar Chase has more total tackles this season than Micah Parsons.
That's a hell of a number. I love that. It's great.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. I think that's it from us. Looking forward to it. I will talk to you again probably in the next few days. We'll talk again on camera next week. Are we going to try to record on Tuesday now, since the pod will come out a day earlier? Of
Yeah, that works for me. Tuesday afternoon, evening. You shoot me a
Yeah.
text, let
Gives
me know.
us more time. I'm sure we're going to run
Of
longer then.
course.
You don't have
Of
to cut
course.
ourselves off. All right. Thanks, Austin. It was great.